On the issue of steel, in these coming days, we expect to get some indication from this administration of a path forward. What are you going to be looking for in that document from the trade representative and the Secretary of Commerce, presumably?
Well, the Trump administration is using a very rarely used trade law that says if we have a national security threat because of our lack of domestic capacity or too many imports of a product, that we can stop those imports. And the challenge is that most of our imports of steel or aluminum don't come in from China, but come from countries like Canada or Mexico or South Korea, Turkey, Brazil, some of which are military allies of ours. So it'll be interesting to see how they make the case that these imports from these countries represent a national security threat. I think instead we need to find ways of going after where there is overcapacity, as in the case of China, through the World Trade Organization or otherwise. On
the issue of the renegotiation of NAFTA, we got an email today from your successor, from Robert Lighthizer, the new U.S. Trade Representative, saying he expects NAFTA negotiations to begin on August the 16th, to run through that week until August the 20th, and that an Assistant U.S. Trade Representative, John Mell, I believe is how you pronounce the last name, is going to be in charge of that renegotiation effort. What can you tell us about him? By all accounts, he's a longtime staffer at the U.S. Trade Representative's office, and how you expect this process to unfold.
Right. Well, John Melly has been running the Latin America office, Western Hemisphere office for some time. He's a career civil servant there, so he's very experienced. He knows the issues, and I imagine he'll work very well with Ambassador Lighthizer and the rest of the interagency to execute on the renegotiation. I think that the document that the administration issued on Monday, which laid out their negotiating objectives, is quite interesting. It's in some areas quite general, so we'll have to see what the specific proposals are. But in many respects, it tracks the Trans-Pacific Partnership negotiations that we did with Mexico and Canada, as well as 9 other countries in areas like labor and environment, state-owned enterprises. Now we'll see whether they follow through on issues like digital economy and intellectual property rights and others. I think the real question is, can Canada and Mexico agree to those concessions with the United States without the benefit of getting access to Japan's market or other benefits that they got out of TPP? And what is it that we're going to provide Mexico and Canada in return? There isn't much we can do because our market's already quite open.